Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I am Nalini. I'm an early childhood educator and a certified parenting coach. This is episode 2 from the Transforming Parenthood series. Transforming Parenthood is a series of videos which I'm doing like a free parent coaching service wherein you can post the parenting issues that you may be having in the most elaborate way possible so that I can give you the tools, strategies and tips for a better parenting journey. So this is the episode 2, and if you have not catched up with the episode 1, go check that out. And in today's Transforming Parenthood video, we are addressing this problem from one of our parents from our Instagram family. Okay, so trust me, when I opened the form, the Transforming Parenthood inquiry form, there are so many issues being posted every single day, and most of the parenting issue that people are having is this. Okay, I cannot control my anger. I want to control my anger, and I don't want to shout at her, but unfortunately I'm shouting at my baby, and then feel guilty about it later. And people also say that they feel so bad to that they behave that way, and even though they try to control a lot, at some situations they lose it and they just shout, and they feel guilty about it. So how to control this behavior? This is what many parents are asking, right? So one thing we have to realize is that the emotional outburst that is coming out of us, whether it is a child or a parent, whoever it may be, the emotional outburst that is coming out of us is because of the dysregulation that we have. So once we gain the self-regulation, we will be able to manage our emotions better. Okay, so unfortunately some of us might not be able to differentiate between our emotions, and we don't know how to handle the emotions and how to behave when we face certain emotions. For example, if I'm feeling so upset, if I'm feeling very sad, a chocolate cake will make me better. I can't go and figure out what is the root cause, but for that moment I need something that will take that sadness away. So these kind of strategies is what helping some people. Some people sleep, some people eat food, some people do something to make that moment to be better. But when we understand the root cause of the problems is when you will be able to regulate it better. And also there are some cases where you don't even know that you are having that emotion. You will simply be shouting, you will simply be yelling, and then you realize that, oh yeah, I'm angry. So that kind of situations also happens even with adults. For a small child, okay, for a very small child, for a toddler especially, they are not born with the regulation skills. Their impulse control is zero. They don't have any control over their emotions. They are experiencing those emotions as completely new thing, so they don't know how to react or how to proceed when they are having that particular emotion, and they are looking forward to you to help them. Okay, so the moment you try to help your child, or the moment you try to shout at your child, depends on what kind of regulation skills that you have. Okay, how do you react when you feel angry, how do you react when you feel sad, is what you are going to transfer to your child as well. Your child is looking up at you to see what is the behavior that needs to be done when I'm feeling this particular way. So if you are angry and if you are slamming the door, the child is learning that if I am angry, I have to show it on a door or a wall or on something like that. I have to slam it, or I have to throw things away. So that is what my mom or dad is doing, the adults in the family is doing. So this is what I have to do too. So this is what the child is learning. But when you're angry, when you take a time for yourself, you calm yourself down before you respond, that is what the child is learning. So the child is learning, oh, if I'm angry, then maybe I have to save myself from the environment. I have to hold my I have to keep myself calm before I do anything else. I have to control myself. So these are some of the things which you are indirectly teaching your child. I get it totally that you sometimes don't have the impulse control yourself, and you get so irritated or so angry and you shout at the child. It is because of the triggers that you may be having. So for example, if your child is acting out in a public place and if everybody else is seeing at you, the moment you get the thought of, what other people are thinking about my child, that particular thing is a trigger to you, and you react for that. You will be like you will immediately try to stop your child from doing whatever they are doing, and you do whatever extent you go to an extent to stop that behavior of the child. So triggers are something that is carried away from the past experiences, and it is the sole responsible for whatever kind of behavior that you are doing right now. So if you are if your child is angry, and if you feel so irritated, or if you feel like being considered as an enemy, it means that you have some past experiences where you were treated in such a way. When you were feeling angry, you were treated in such a way that you were abandoned, or you were considered to be very rude. That is actually triggering you, and you feel so bad about your child behaving that way. And if you are feeling so helpless, if you are feeling helpless of your child behaving in a certain way, you don't know how to react to that situation, it is also because of the trigger that is coming from your past experience, where you felt that way and you were not given a chance or given a choice of what needs to be done, so you don't know what to do. So these are some of the triggers that you can identify yourself. So first thing is, you first identify your triggers. Okay, toddlers doesn't have impulse control, doesn't have self-regulation skills yet, so it is our responsibility to teach them the self-regulation skills that they need. Okay, just like how you teach ABC or 1 to 3, it is very, very important to teach the child self-regulation skills, and that is going to be the first step in emotional intelligence. Okay, so to label their feelings, to talk about their feelings, to welcome their feelings and emotions the way it is, and helping them to cope up with it. So that is what we are going to do in the self-regulation skills. Is what we are. It's very, very important. It is more important than teaching them alphabets or numbers, because children in early years needs to know the self-regulation skills. So the first step of how you teach the self-regulation skills is by modeling. So this particular thing, like whenever the child is having a tantrum, I am getting so angry, I am shouting at the child. So first you have to work within yourself on how you have to react. Okay, so first thing is try to do the calming exercises when you are normal, when you are calm, when you are peaceful every day. Maybe you try to do some calming exercises, involve your child to do it with you, so that they will also learn it. So once you start doing this particular calming exercises throughout the day, you will be able to react in a very appropriate way when the child is having a tantrum, or when other adults also messing up with you. You can have a clear state of mind, you can have a calm state of mind, so you can go to the zone immediately, calm down yourself and come to this place and then respond. Okay, responding rather than reacting is very important, and this particular thing cannot happen in a day or two. It needs a lot of inner work. Okay, each individual is different, and each individual's triggers are different, so you have to know more about what triggers you have, what is actually triggering you, and how you can handle it better. So these are all the things you need to actually have a great alignment with. You have to find out the triggers, you have to manage it very well, so that in any situation you will be having the control within yourself. So that is what I wanted to tell you. So whenever the child is having an issue, or whenever you feel so angry about any behavior, it is mostly because of the triggers that you carry from your own past experiences. Just by identifying them, you will be able to manage it better. Okay, so if you ask me like why it is so important to identify your triggers, suppose if you are going to a place, to a function or something, you're choosing a route, that route is having a great traffic traffic has a huge traffic, and you end up sitting in your car and you are getting very irritated. Okay, you might be thinking, oh, what is this, why it's so crowded, why the traffic is so much, I can't reach a time, oh my god, this is so this is very much irritating. So these kind of irritating feels keeps on coming to your mind, and your peace of mind is killed. So what if you have already seen Google Maps about the route that you are going, and you are already prepared in your mind that okay, this is what it is, it's going to take another 2 hours because of huge traffic, you are going to be late. So if you know this already, when you are prepared, when your mind is prepared for the traffic that is coming up, when you are on that on that road in that traffic, sometimes you may not feel so much irritated because you are already prepared for it. You would have already found out some alternatives like reading books or playing something, or listening to YouTube videos like mine. So you would have already prepared yourself for that. So that circumstances or the situation is not going to change. Anyways, you are going to go in that traffic for the next 2 hours. But how you react and what you are going to do on at that particular situation is going to be very different from when you don't know what's happening and you are directly landed up in the traffic, versus and you are prepared for the traffic and how you are going to respond. So this is exactly the same thing that is going to happen when you are doing the identification of your triggers. So when you identify the triggers, you are prepared for certain things. Okay, this is going to be triggering for me, this is going to be triggering, so I am going to manage it this way. So this is the huge difference. I have a separate workshop in this topic, a 1-hour workshop in this topic, like identifying and managing triggers. So if you are interested, email me at nalinizinu at mybabygenie.com for the details. If you are interested to watch that complete recording of that particular workshop, so I can send you that. So most of the guys had this issue, like how to control the anger, how to control myself from not shouting at my child, I feel so guilty, and all of these things. This is very common among many parents. You are not just the only one who is doing this, and trust me, whenever your child is having a tantrum or something, say this to yourself, that this particular behavior is not going to define you. This particular behavior is not going to define your child. This is only a phase, and this is going to be okay. This will pass on. This is not defining me, my parenting, or my child. This has nothing to do with me or my parenting or my child. So affirming this again and again to yourself will definitely help. I hope you find this video helpful. So if you are a parent who is having some parenting issues, go check out the form in the description. You can fill the form with the parenting concern that you have, for me to address it in the YouTube channel. And if you have not subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe to it, and also follow me on Instagram to catch the daily snippets of my life. Thank you. Bye bye.